What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. Today's video I have a PSA for all resellers at any level, and really I want to talk about why I feel like some people are not reaching their reselling goals, and it goes a lot deeper than just having systems and your environment set up and processes. I actually think it has a lot to do with your personality type, so please smash the like button and consider subscribing. Let's get into exactly why I think a lot of people don't reach their listing goal. The reason I want to talk about this is a lot of people have all the systems, they've listened to all the information, they've watched all my videos, but they still don't get their work done. And I think it actually goes deeper than just having systems and processes. It has to do with your actual value system. So I'm going to go over a couple of values that I think are really, really important to be successful as a reseller, and 10 values that make it really difficult to get your work done. This video is actually sponsored by me taking an Enneagram test. I'm Enneagram number 8. So one of my biggest fears is being left behind. I sort of have this inner thing inside of me that says that the strong will survive and the weak will perish. It's just part of my DNA. So I spend a lot of my day trying not to be left behind and learning about different methods and tips and tricks, increasing my skills so I don't get left behind. And I think that's a really big core of why I'm able to get my listings done. Now, there's another value system that really is kind of destructive, which is where you value what other people think of you. So whether you succeed or you fail, you're worried about what other people think about. And I think that value is really destructive because it leads to a flurry of things that actually make it more difficult to reach your listing goal. So I'm going to go over those 10 things and also give you one more really good value to focus on to really get your listings done and build the store of your dreams. Now I'm going to give you 10 traits that make it really difficult to reach your goals. So make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video because I'm going to give you what I think is the #1 trait to getting your listings done. So the first thing is I notice a lot of people are easily discouraged, and that can come from comparing yourself to others. So if you're watching somebody online on Instagram or watching them on YouTube and you look at their results only, it's pretty easy to get discouraged. What I would do is look at their results and look at their actions. And it's always fine to DM somebody and ask, can I ask what your day in the life is like? What does your preparation look like? Instead of just looking at the results, because that can definitely be discouraging if you don't understand why. So you need to somehow bridge the gap between where you are at and where you want to be, and watching how people approach their day should be really useful for you. #2 is chronic complaining. So essentially all of us have bad things happen to us or unexpected things that happen to us. And there's essentially 2 ways to approach that. For me, you can think it's happening for you. So this obstacle is just something that will make you stronger. It will give you more perspective, give you more experience. And because of this experience, you're going to be successful. Complaining is just having the opposite negative reaction to it. Like, why does this always happen to me? Instead of why is it happening for me to grow? So if you can just shift your mindset a little bit, then the negative or the changes that happen in your life will actually help propel you forward. Everyone wants to hear the rags to riches story. They want to hear the story where you overcame something. So honestly, you don't want a life where it's just perfect every single day. #3 is I'm not supported, or I don't feel like people take me seriously. This is actually really common. I get this question via email almost every single day. My spouse doesn't take me seriously. My friends don't take me seriously. I don't have enough help. And I'm wondering if this is emotional help or is this actual physical help in your store? So in order to solve this, I think you need to be very, very clear in what you need support with. If somebody can help you over the weekend and you know exactly what they can help you with, that's going to be a lot more effective than just saying I need help and not being specific about it. So there's a lot of support groups out there. You can join forums. You can join our group where everyone's doing the same thing and understands what you're going through. You can join groups of different entrepreneurs locally. For me personally, I like both. I like meeting with people online and in person to get that emotional connection. If you feel like you're doing this all by yourself, it's easier to do it by yourself and to ask for permission from everyone around you to do it. So you have permission from me to just do it on your own and get permission from yourself. #4 is this emotion like life is hard, listing is hard, photos are hard, shipping is hard, it's hard to find items. So for me, I actually don't look at it as hard or easy. I actually just set a schedule and just try to knock it out. Like as an example, if I need to do X amount of photos and listing, I'll do it at the same time every day. For me personally, I'll give you an example of dishes. I don't think of dishes as hard. It's just something that you have to do over and over again. And if you want a clean kitchen, I call this reset to 0 at the end of every day. I just do it now right after dinner. So I get it out of the way and I don't look at it as hard or easy. It's just part of my routine. Eat dinner, put the dishes away, all in the dishwasher, wipe the counter, sweep the floors. It's just part of the routine. So I think that to overcome life is hard, listings hard, photos are hard, just take the emotional part out of it. And I want to be careful because normally my first reaction is suck it up, like you have to do these things anyway. But now I understand that maybe that's not an appropriate response to this. If you just have a schedule or a routine or a habit, trying to remove the emotion out of it comes down to just setting a schedule or a routine or a habit. Number 5 is the chip off the old block. Some people think that because of their parents or their upbringing or people around them that they actually are a certain way because of that. So I have a really easy way to reverse this. Just change the people that you are around. They say that you are the average of the 5 people around you. You guys know I run the Facebook group with my colleague Tech and Sports. He's very, very consistent, very, very positive, very decision-making oriented, very future forward thinking. So that rubs off when you're around people that are constantly focused on what they could be, their potential, what they can do next, what they can improve, and they focus on future, better, easier, simpler, smoother, and they're thinking about making the tomorrow easier for themselves. It will rub off. So to chip off the old block, just replace it with a new block, a new person, new software, new surroundings, new environment, new clothes, anything that you can change to just shift over, I think will really help you change this. All right, guys, a lot of people are sensitive to criticism. So this is how I would approach it. And this is just my take. I think everyone's a hot pile of garbage. You guys know I talk about this in lots of videos. Everyone sucks. Okay, so just embrace that, be cool. And if someone tells you that you're ugly or your business is horrible or small or who cares about your existence, just let it fall off your shoulder because their life is the same. Everybody is like that. Some people are just better at hiding it than others. So for me, try not to be sensitive to what other people say to you because you just know in your heart if they're saying something negative, it's coming from internally on their side. I don't do that. I think that a lot of people who are doing well don't really do that towards other people. So just look ahead, look at where you want to be, and most likely if you're on top, you're not criticizing other people. It's usually people at the bottom doing that. All right, guys, number 7 is dwelling on mistakes. So everyone is going to dwell. You're always going to have your mind focused on something. So instead of dwelling on mistakes or your past or things that you could have done better, I would just dwell on the actions that you can take to improve your future. So essentially, we're resellers. All we're looking for is quality items, quality photos, quality titles, quality streaming if you're on Whatnot, quality item specifics if you're on eBay, a quality price, quality return policy. That's all you need to focus on. So don't worry about you accidentally picking up something that was overly damaged and you had to redonate it, or you selling something for not enough money. We just sold a Lululemon shirt that was probably worth $40 for $12. I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm just going to move on, learn my lesson, and next time, before we run that item, maybe we'll talk about the features, benefits of the item a little bit more. And even if you do everything, you do realize that sometimes you're still going to take an L and the item's not going to sell for as much as you thought it was going to. So that's just part of the process, part of the learning. Don't dwell on the future. Don't dwell on the past. Just dwell on what you can do right now to make the future better. Number 8 is identifying with victims. And this is kind of an issue because if you complain, you're going to get a lot more likes than if you're saying you're having a great day. On social media, that's just how it works. The more virality is based on how polarizing your statement is. So if you say, today the economy, my parents, my brother, the traffic, if you put all those into one post, you'll get 800 likes because everyone can identify with one of those negative things that happens to you. But if you put, today I'm having a great day, expect it to be crickets. So for me, I already know that. I know that my videos will not go as viral because I'm really focused on people actually bettering themselves. And that's not as popular as saying, woe is me. So unfortunately, identifying with others, most people are struggling. That's honestly not going to help you get to that next level. And as you're climbing the mountain, it becomes kind of lonelier and lonelier as you go up. But just remember, there are other people who are making that same climb. And if you surround yourself with those people, it's going to put yourself in a better mental state. Number 9 is you can't visualize or strategize being successful. So I think a lot of people, maybe they have low self-confidence or maybe they don't have high enough self-confidence. But for me, I feel like I can pretty much do anything. When I see somebody who's out there making $1 billion or someone that's out there making $100, I like to look at all the different pieces that they're putting together to produce that result. So I definitely don't think that people who like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos are lucky. I do think that when I look at them, there is a series of things that they did to get to that level. And I can look at it and compare it with myself. So I think that if you want to start visualizing success, start a little bit smaller. Just say, okay, could I do twice as much as I'm doing today? Could I do 10% more? Could I do one more thing every single day? And if you can do one more thing each day and you achieve that over and over again, you're building your self-confidence up and you'll be able to visualize the future a lot better. But if you stay in the same place over a long period of time, it's going to be more and more difficult to visualize success. Number 10, this trips up a lot of people, and that's like the need for spontaneity and the need for something different and maybe needing to be creative. So I have that too. I call it squirrel brain, where you like to try a little bit of everything. But I feel like one value that really keeps you on track and can sort of foster creativity and also be productive, which is the deep value of being loyal and the deep value of being attracted to tradition. So I like restaurants that have the same recipe passed down from grandma to mom to daughter to grandbaby. I like that tradition. So I think that if you can really start developing a loyalty and a tradition to the way that you like doing something and be creative about refining that process to something that works over and over again, that's going to keep you on track. Because when I look at people who are more consistent, reach their goals more often, a lot of these people are superstitious or sacrosanct about their specific routine and habits. They like to do something a certain way every single day, and they're very particular. That type of person is usually very successful at running their own business. So hopefully that was useful, guys. Until next time, make progress daily.